Hi guys, Happy Gamer here, just on the way back from the dentist, hence the two-faced look. Yeah, so left side of my mouth is numb and can hardly talk properly. So let's see if I can say it. Improvisational. that's for late for yesterday. Improvisational. There, I said it. But today on RP Ramblings, I'm going to be talking about escalation, or at least my interpretation of escalation. Because DVJ did a video yesterday on it, which I watched, and yeah, to get another episode inspired, where I pretty much nick DVJ's idea, but I will eventually do my own things. But let's see, because in his video he was talking about escalation in combat, using the environment to escalate things. Like we've all the GMs been there, where you chuck your PCs into a battle and then they instantly just annihilate everything. You stick them against a couple of orcs and they just instantly take them down because you underestimated the level and the power of your PCs. So you hastily say, oh well, a couple of other orcs pop in, or a little goblin horde come running in, hear the scuffle and come running in, something like that, just to add enemies to it and keep the combat going a bit longer. But I don't really like that kind of escalation. It's not what I like to do. It seems like, to me, it seems the GMs just seems to want to pile on until the PCs are dead or almost dead. Apologies, the wind seems to be a bit high. I'm walking down the field at the minute. Yes, it's still foggy and it's cold. Well, cooler than it was. I think it's 21 today compared to the 25, 26 it's been lately. But the escalation I like is the long-term escalation of things, because, and I've noticed it a lot in video games lately, they start using AI that learns from the players. It counters the players a lot more. It learns the players' tactics and how they're going about things. Like, an example in our world would be you're going through the enemy stronghold and no, that's a bit too short. Your PCs are in enemy territory and they like to snipe the enemy. They like to take them off early with bows and arrows and long range magic and such. So after a while, the enemy learns that this is the tactic your PCs are using. So they begin wearing more coverage armor wise. They begin maybe constructing little walls of cover around their little bases of operation, where they can easily hide when under attack. They begin bringing more mages along into each little unit, group of enemies. You find more mages are being used to counter your magics. They learn you like to backstab. The rogue of your party likes to sneak around and come in from behind, so they wear some sort of back armour, something. They find some way to counter that. Maybe they always walk back to back, so someone's always got an eye on behind. Maybe over time the enemies learn your PC's weaknesses. Realise that you're barbarian, susceptible to charm type magics. Learn that maybe your mage isn't as dexterous should be, and gets them into situations where they need to be. I know that this last bit sounds a bit meta for the GM to just say, well, your mage doesn't have a high dex score, so now you're going to have to deal with this. But it's possible that the enemies could figure this out, figure out your party's strengths and weaknesses. I mean, let's look at the Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, with their system where the enemies remember you. If they kill you, well, it wouldn't be killing in the thing, but if they win the battle and force you to retreat, they grow stronger. Maybe next time you try, they have more troops under their command. They've been entrusted with stronger troops. They have better armour. Maybe they've been replaced because they've moved up a rank in the eyes of their army. So they've been replaced by someone new. And that would be a benefit to your players, because this new guy doesn't know your tactics, doesn't know your schemes. I mean, we could go the other way, and with the enemy learning your tactics and your tricks, alien isolation. I know it's a horror game, but maybe you could use that in a horror game. The enemy learns where you like to hide, where you like to strike from, where the tricks you use. Like in alien isolation, if you constantly use the flamethrower, the alien learns to not come from the front, learns not to attack you head on. If you constantly hide under tables, it begins looking under the tables more. If you hide in the cupboards and things, it looks in the lockers more. Don't think that your enemies are static. They're always learning. They learn just like the players learn. Players learn the enemy tactics, the enemies learn the player tactics. And just because it's a little group of goblins doesn't mean they can't pass that information on. Word gets out. Battles can be heard in other rooms of a dungeon in a distance. Maybe your battle's heard and a goblin scout comes from a nearby camp and watches your tactics. Maybe that's how they learn. Maybe one of the enemies you're in the battle with gets a message out saying what weapons you're using, or so they can better prepare themselves. It's just gonna be a short one today because, as I say, my mouth's numb and I can't talk properly, and I look like Two-Face. That was more penguin, but okay. Oh god, I'm a geek. But yeah, so message to take away from this is, just as your PCs can learn and such, escalate future battles by having the enemies learn from their mistakes, learn from their victories. Because, and don't worry about it appearing that you're, as the GM, metagaming just to beat the players. Don't think like that. Think like you're giving them an extra challenge. You're giving them more of a challenge. Maybe he's one I've just thought of to use the environment. Maybe if they figure out you're not as dexterous as they are, they cause a landslide or an earthquake or something, or flood the area where you're in. Sorry about that, it sounded weird with my numb mouth. Flood flood the area. Yeah, I could keep saying that all day. I'm not immature, but just bear in mind that just because they're not intelligent stat wise doesn't mean they can't learn, doesn't mean they won't learn. Oops. Even beasts learn. Dogs, cats, wolves, bears, even they learn. They learn what's safe to do, what's not safe to do. So don't think intelligence has anything to do with it. Just, if it makes the fight cooler, if it's going to make future encounters cooler and more challenging for your players, then go ahead, give your goblins extra thick helmets to protect from the arrows. Give your orcs bigger shields. Give the enemy mages better spells they've prepared because they know you've got a mage. Just keep your players on your toes. That's what it's about at the end of the day. Keep them challenged and on their toes. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.